are there companies that you can think of like who've done a good job of feedback culture, right? And what's gone into it? Like, what are the ingredients? I mean, is it top down, or is it just that like there is a subculture within a larger culture that you see? I suspect it takes a lot of time and effort, but I mean, are there any companies, or like, can you think of other stories, or just any firm?
Sure, sure. I think that there's a lot, yeah. And I hope this is generic feedback, right? Not with Gen Z
Yeah,
specifically.
correct.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think with the advent of coaching, and there's another word of coaching, and there's a nice topic of conversation intelligence. If you read Juliet Glacier, she has done good work in, like we have emotional intelligence, she has done work in conversation intelligence. And she talks of three levels of conversation: the level one telling, level two influencing, and level three discovery conversations. And as I do a lot of work in coaching, the one of the term we have arrived at is moving from telling to asking.
Right.
I think a lot of companies we work with, we also do a lot of work, Nikhil, in creating coaching culture. And
Right.
I think I can't take names of companies, but
Sure.
um, the companies are creating a culture saying while you're creating a meeting or conducting a meeting, doing performance appraisals, as a leader, can you move away from telling to asking?
Uh,
The moment you're in a tell mode, indirectly you are taking ownership of giving all the answers. You are in a consultant mode. Indirectly, you're also telling yourself, I know all the answers of your life. And that's so untrue. You can't.
right.
Like my motivation levels and your motivation level, my life and your life, my parent and your parent, my dog and your dog. You can't solve my problem. And I also use a term called male gynecologist, right? So just visualize a term. There's a lady who's about to give a birth to a baby, and she's going through the labor pain, and there's a male doctor who says, he has delivered 500 babies, and he says, "Ma'am, I exactly know the pain you are going through." And that lady slaps that person. She says, "You have delivered 500 babies. You will be never able to experience the pain I'm going through." Yeah. So I think when it comes to feedback, we are all a male gynecologist.
Yeah.
And I think this is the power of you moving away from telling to asking. So I can tell you, Nikhil, and we just wrapped up one of the intervention yesterday with one of the telecom company in India, is creating the whole piece of culture saying there is a place for telling,
Right.
there is a place for mentoring, and there's a place for asking.
Yeah.
Now, can you be aware? And that's where the Chauraha conversation works, right?
Yeah.
Be on the crossroad. And every time, whenever you are conversing with people, take a pause and ask yourself, in this conversation, what kind of role the situation demands me to play? Should I be a coach? Should I be a consultant? Should I be a mentor? Or should I just listen?
Right.
I think that's the powerful. So there are a lot of companies who are creating this culture and they are very successful.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, so
Sorry, can I add something here?
yes, please go ahead.
Another critical thing, otherwise people will think just by doing a training it will happen. If you are training your managers how to have moving from telling to asking, please also communicate to your downline
Hmm.
of, hey, your managers have undergone training, and next time you go to them and asking for a solution, they may not give you the answer, they'll ask you a few questions. I think doing this both helps.
Yeah.
Otherwise, typically managers, the traditional managers think if someone is coming to me with a problem, I need to give them an answer. Not true. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
that's a
do that
very good
together.
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent point. I think that alignment is so very crucial. Otherwise, it happens in one layer of the organization, and
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't. It becomes an isolated kind of in a pocket. Yeah. A couple more questions, Vivek, just as we come to close. One, of course, is there is also the term, and a lot of companies say that we'll move away from feedback to feed forward. So
Uh,
let's understand that a little bit. Perhaps you touched upon it, and I guess one question when you think about from the Gen Z's perspective, right?
mhm.
What are kind of the do's and don'ts? Like if I'm a young Gen Z and here's someone who's trying to give me feedback, what should I keep in mind
Yeah.
from the receiving side? Yeah.
So let's go to the feedback and feed forward. I think I covered that in the Offner model. Yeah.
Correct.
So request to all the managers who are listening to this video or watching this video, use it. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
So anything you spot happening good, and the analogy came to my mind is, let's say you have a young baby in the house, and the baby takes first step. You do appreciate, wow, the baby took first step. You don't blame when the baby falls down. Oh, you don't blame baby. Hey, what kind of baby is that? Has not universe taught you how to run? Come on, run. No. You do appreciate good things baby saying, or the baby starts saying mama and daddy. You do appreciate that, right? I think same goes with all employees. The moment I think you need to find excuses to appreciate people, guys. And sorry, I don't want to
I
sound
really
like a
like what
preacher.
you I'm gonna
Yeah,
steal that line.
yeah, please, right. And I'm also guilty in my earlier part. I'm also guilty in my earlier part. I think the moment we are performance driven, We are so glued to, everything should be, hey, you do this and do this. Yeah, but in the hinge of that, how about the things which are going well, right? If you use the Offner model, OFNR, it does cover the feed forward piece. You are requesting saying, what is that I would like to see, right? If you also take the equation of performance equals potential minus interference, and if you're having a potential oriented conversations, you are saying, hey, I think you can do that, you can try that. Yeah, so that's the piece. Gen Z, your question was Gen Z receiving feedback, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
My request to Gen Z first step is please check, are you at your passion, please? Yeah. If you're not, don't blame your manager. Since, I've seen it takes tremendous force from the manager to push them to do something which they don't like. Now, I may sound biased, but if you have chosen something, yeah, then you should also take responsibility of making it happen. Maybe you are going to work for 3 months and 6 months and whatever it is. Sorry. Maybe you don't like the travel time, you don't like the boss and all. No, that's the given environment, right? We also use that mantra, right? Up, if it is to be, it is up to me.
Me.
Yeah. If things were to happen, you do on your own. Don't blame manager for it. Dear Gen Z, the day you signed on the dotted line appointment letter, there are few things you agreed to. Meaning somebody else will decide your salary. You will get only one t-shirt a day. You will have canteen food. You can't decide the menu. Let's not debate about it. The conversation you should have with your manager, and if you could have proactively, please confirm number one, what are the few things which are working well, which are in line? Number two, please be open. What are the few things you can do differently so that it contributes to the team? Be open for that. Yeah. Uh, if you don't like the company in short span, please don't try to change the company. Don't crib it. The company existed before you took birth, right? So I'm sure people have done some great work. But if you have a great suggestion, yeah, and I think this generation is amazing when it comes to suggestion. Their attitude is very positive. Tell it is a suggestion rather than appearing it's a criticism saying, guys, you guys don't know anything. I know everything. Listen to me that way. Um, Respecting senior is okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. So your body language, your tonality, while you want to call the senior person dude, at times you can respect him. And in local language at home, you call your father a father. Maybe you're brought in by calling father by first name in your home culture. Corporate culture, see if you could call them not sir, but some respect of age. Gray hairs do have some value.
Yeah.
See if it's possible for you, and don't take personally. You're performing a role. Its company's a drama. They are the director. They're
Yeah.
giving you guidance. Just take it for role. Before 9, after 5, we are good people.